backstabbing, betrayal, and murder. A twisted new season of the Traitors is finally here.
Hi, Dumpster Divas. Welcome back to another episode of the show. Chris DeRosa is here to help me unpack the explosive season 4 premiere episodes of The Traitors. And a little plug, Chris and I will be playing Traitors Monday evening on the I'm the Cute One podcast Patreon. So go subscribe to that. You can see us if our critiques of their games line up with how we actually play the game.
Yeah. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. PS, so nervous. So nervous. I'm like amped up. I have my outfit ready. I'm like and I'm like, I need to do good. And it's like, it is for no money. It is for nothing. It's simply for fun. And I'm like, I must do well in this. Like, I can't be the first one voted out, you know?
I know. And guys, also make sure to follow Chris DeRosa on Instagram. Make sure to check out Fixing Famous People, his wonderful podcast that is one of my favorites to be on and listen to. So Chris, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I am. Okay. At the top of this, I have to say, I was just down. I took my partner Brian's workout class with friend of the pod, John Hill, and we went to breakfast after. And on our walk to the train, we ran into the one, the only Andy Cohen.
Wait, really?
Yes, and we chatted Traitors for a second with Andy.
That's very
this
funny.
Morning.
Yeah. Wait, that's so funny.
And Andy Cohen's breakout star fave is one Rob Snake Charmer from Love Island.
He's not mine. I'll tell you that much.
So hot off the presses, guys. Intel here first. Andy loves Rob from Love Island.
Okay,
so
great.
Yeah.
Tom, of course he does. By the way.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you did.
I'm not. The Love Island. I'm sorry. I've never watched an episode of Love Island.
Yeah, it doesn't feel for you.
It's not for me. It isn't. I don't watch The Bachelor. I don't like the dating show. Like Love is Blind, I like begrudgingly watch because people are like, come do it on my show. Like, come do the podcast. But I'm like not even. I'm so done with that. Like the dating shows are not for me. So when the Love Island people come on and they're like, I have 2 brain cells to rub together, so that makes me smart. I'm like, okay, yeah, and I'm just not. I don't know. I'm a hater, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I totally see what you mean. The Love Island of it all. Once you're in it, once you kind of fall into the routine of watching it, is how they get you. It just becomes a bit. Oh no, my light went out. It just becomes a bit repetitive, and so you just kind of like it becomes like a routine.
Just there.
Almost,
it's just
so
there
then you
for
just
you.
fall into it.
No, I get that.
So
I do get that.
That's the appeal.
I've always loved Housewives and other like ensemble cast shows because like in theory, season after season, you see their stories morph and change and go into different waves of their life. Whereas like even on Love is Blind on like Kay Casey's podcast, I'll always sing like, and we talk about these people and then I'll never see you again. Like it's like we just
literally
like we never see the reunion happens and then maybe they go on that Perfect Match show, which I'm like,
what? Who watches that?
Huh? Like, yeah. And I'm like, and I don't care to see them on that. You know what I mean? I just am not, it's not like a new hottie is entering the villa is like not anything I'm ever into. I don't know. There's something about it that's like, cause I'm just like, I got you, the whole lift of the show is me getting invested in this character that I'm then that's never going to pay off for me ever once the show's over. Does that make sense?
No, completely. Well, going into season 4 of Traitors, so I don't know. I know some of the things you watch, but who were you most familiar with, and who were like full blind spots for you in this cast?
Honestly, like almost everyone, but the Love Island people, I feel like, and the I don't watch Big Brother, so like the Big Brother people, I don't know, but like I know the Survivor people. Love Jam Jam. If he goes soon, I'll be very upset. Obviously all of the Bravo people, like Mark Ballas, I know who Dancing with the Stars, like all the
Right.
the usuals. Yeah, really only the Love Island people I didn't really know.
Yeah, for me.
And that like singer, that Korean singer, like I just simply didn't know who he was. I'm sure he's famous, but I just didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I agree. I did not know.
Love him.
Did not know.
Interested in him. I think he's cute. I'm sure his voice is really nice. He was on like a Korean like X Factory show like back in the day.
Oh, got it. Yeah, so
we Googled it.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, he was I think he may have been my real only. Well, see, something crazy about this cast though is why are they putting underneath Steven One Tree Hill?
No, I wrote to someone else. I said that's a crime against humanity, and I said it to my boyfriend. I was like, the fact that he is not credited as Laguna Beach
that's how everyone knows him.
Is absolutely not okay.
Yeah,
and also fits more into what we're doing here is Laguna Beach, not One Tree Hill. Am I wrong?
It sounds like a him and his team decision, not a
which I don't love.
I don't
love it.
It's like you have to. It's crazy to me when reality stars just try and forget that was their past or their origin. You know, like why is he? He wouldn't have been on One Tree Hill if he wasn't on Laguna Beach. Let's be honest about that.
1 billion.
Like that can't be your claim to fame.
I'm sure I'm about to make enemies, but like One Tree Hill is not a show you should be bragging about. That is your like claim to fame.
No, it's like a show that people love.
Like people love it. I know
because
that,
they watched it when they were young. But like, I don't think anyone's going back and doing One Tree Hill binges. Honestly, let me know if you are because I need to know if that person exists.
I think people are. I'm about to get hate from it, but like you know, it's not The Crown. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not.
No, but I was in the same realm as that though. Like I was thinking like the OC feels like more of a bingeable, rewatchable, like pulpy drama of that time. Like I would go watch that.
Yeah,
but not One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill, no.
Anyway.
Shout out to Chad Michael Murray though. He's one of the hottest to do it, I do think.
Steven, like it's like we all know you as Steven, like capital PHEN. You know what I mean? Like we know when you called Kristen a slut in Cabo. Like that's what I'm flashing through my mind. Never a scene in One Tree Hill is flashing through my mind.
Oh my God, that Cabo trip. We watched that for like something on the we watched that for something on the pod in the olden days of this show, and when
you go back and watch the shows now, it's like it's really like you're like, wow, they really nothing happened and they just cut together. Like when you watch it through like a present day lens for how like advanced reality television is now, when you say you're like, yeah, how did anyone think this was real at all?
No, and also the other thing about it that is so baffling, and I'm sure you have noted this too as a reality TV producer, but like every episode is 30 minutes long, but the content they're pulling from is usually like, it's like they film for 2 weeks for 30 minutes of content. Like they're cutting down, like I remember we watched one episode for the podcast and it was like my party in 2 weeks, and then like literally a scene later it's the party, and they're like, and then this late, it's like they're filming so much and getting so little.
I think they're not filming so much is actually what I think it is. I think they filmed
really?
Every scene they filmed. I would really have to go back and really watch it and like really pay attention, but for me, I don't think they're shooting all day every day. I don't think that's what it was. I think that's it was like, here's one day that you're gonna film, and then like 2 days later you're filming, and then 2 days later you're filming. I really think it was like not what we do. Like now, which is like
that's
2 scenes a day, 2 crew. You know what I mean? 2 scenes a day, 2 crews, if not more, going to their houses. Blah blah. Like I think it was like, what day this week can you film? Okay, Wednesday, great, and that was what they got.
Right, like we'll go to Limited 2 today, so and that's our day. But you know, on it overall, like I'm pretty excited about this cast. Besides the obvious villain, garbage troll, who's here in the mix with us, Michael RAPaport. But the rest, I have to give I tip my hat to the casting. Now, before we get into like recapping it, a couple things. Well, we're once again about to play Traitors, but would you going into the game rather be a faithful or a traitor? And going into the game, is there any sort of like game strategy you would be like, this is a must for me going into the house. Like I have to play this type of game.
I don't want to say I want to be one or the other because it's not up to me. And so I almost think, yes, it would be fun. So I feel that I'd be really good at being a faithful.
Yeah, absolutely. I struggle with the game in general because I do think it's so hard to be a faithful, but it's like you want to be a faithful probably because you can last a little longer and you don't have to work as hard about getting sussed out. But then you also have little to no control over anything that's happening in the game. I think I will always stand by this, and this is something that Sandra from Survivor brought up in season 2 of Traitors, and that she was like, and I still think I think Tiffany actually is trying to play this game in this season, but I think what you really should try and do is, one, if you figure out who a traitor is, don't try and get them out. Try like immediately. Maybe try and like befriend them or make them an ally, to which they would not want to get rid of you. because in the end, if a traitor is eliminated, like Donna Kelce's out, she's gonna get replaced by someone that you are already friends with.
I also don't,
that you don't like.
but I don't agree, because I think that the thing about it is that like that you kind of have to burn your friends because you have to try to throw them off the scent of you. Like if you're with someone like now, this Tiffany from Big Brother is like buddying up to Michael RAPaport because she thinks he's a traitor, which is the dumbest thing ever because he's clearly not a traitor. Like I would look one second and be like, this fucking blowhard that like won't let anyone else fucking talk is not a traitor because he's
not
too...
right. He's not a traitor.
Yeah, but like why is she? Because the minute that I'm buddying up to someone, like, okay, now I need to kill you because I need to throw off the scent of like them thinking that I'm saving you.
That's true. That's a good point.
Like
I just
even
feel
the
like
other people said in the thing, they were like, why is Tiffany buddying up to Michael RAPaport? She knows he's a traitor. It's
right. Yeah, I know, but I think you in general though do want to be likable. I think that's the core of it. 100%. Like you need to be like someone who feels likable and not like a threat, while still playing a like low-key conniving game. Because when like people like Bob the drag queen, who I love, but came in and swung so big, like you're just too much attention on you. Like your name is constantly being brought up. Like eventually someone's just gonna be like, well, if we're all talking about him, why is it just him? So I think I would go in and just mostly lay as low as possible.
Well, and the other thing, the thing that's funny to me is that it's like, if you go back and watch season 1, where we like didn't know if this was going to be like a show that worked or not, like it's like Brandi Glanville, like Kyle Cook, it's like the Bravo people are there, and like you see them, you see the difference. The Survivor people, they'll like someone will like come after them so badly, and they're like, I'm just so like, you know what, you're just wrong, but okay. Like, you know, they like, it's so not a big deal that you just came after me and like said that I was a traitor and like have all this evidence. Like I'm so nonplussed by how much you came after me. Whereas like on Housewives, like when like Survivor's so much about de-escalating the drama, and then Housewives is so much about escalating drama. And so it's like, I remember Brandi like screaming at everyone and then everyone was like, okay, we're 100% voting you out, you fucking lunatic. And then like they all one by one, all the Bravo people got picked off because they're going like, to play the game is to go against all of your instincts of like what you're supposed to be doing normally. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, you're right. But do you think there's any value in voting out someone who is just in the way? Like you,
yes,
because I think that is I almost think producers don't want them to vote that way, because then the game kind of dissolves into something different, because they're always talking about at the round table. They're always saying like, I think you're a traitor. I wish someone would refreshingly be at that table and be like, I don't think you're a traitor. You are so annoying. No, we need to get you out of this house.
That would be me. I would be like, I literally don't even think you're a traitor, but I can't listen to you speak anymore. And it's on and popping. You know what I mean? Like I would be.
Rob from Survivor tried to say it. He was like, Michael, here's the thing. Like either you're a really terrible traitor or you're just quite literally getting in the way of this game.
Yeah. Which would they brought it up every time. They've been like, we're talking about this now, and we're not talking about like what we should be talking about, which is like who's what.
Yeah. Well, let's get into these episodes. So episode 1, we got a 3-episode premiere. And guys, once again, here on the show, we will be covering every episode of Traitors. So make sure to subscribe for all of that. And we'll be covering Summer House when that premieres in a couple weeks to replace the Salt Lake City slot of our coverage. So, but I'm excited to cover a game. I haven't really covered like a game. And
it's funny because
it's fun.
It's funny because like this, like we used to play, we would go on trips and Housewives, like, and we'd all be in the like at night, like when we'd be like at the hotel, like while the crew was staying, we would play this game where you would like, and but it was called like there's like Mafia, and then someone called it
Blood on the Clock Tower.
Wolf Nights is what it was, and it was you were a wolf or a sheep.
Yeah.
And then obviously the wolves are the traitors, and so we used to like it was funny because we used to play this, and like whenever it was premiering, I was texting all of our crew and being like, guys, like, this is the game that you guys always made us play. Like, they are making it into a show. Like, oh my God. And it was like so funny that like, it's now like the biggest. And P.S. like, here's a little bit of an inside knowledge. Like, so many shows that I work on now are like, how can we make this like Traitors? And I'm like, it's nothing like Traitors. Like, you can't. And so it's very funny because like, because of the success of the show, it's influencing a lot of other shows being like, how can we capture the magic of Traitors? And I'm like, it's a completely different show. You can't.
Well, I think I have to tip my hat to Alan, I think, does a really good job of making the show work because he buys. I think the reason this show works, and I think what other shows are probably trying to replicate is, or can't figure out how to replicate, is buying into the premise. Like, and hearing anyone who goes to film this show, they all say, like, watching it, it feels so fun and fanciful, but when you're in it, you actually feel like you are in some sort of like murderous, like Scotland, like game, because like you're on site, you're not connected with with like the outside world, and you are just living and breathing like everything. They just make it so insular, this group. So like, I think you just buy into the world, and Alan isn't there showing up like, it's me, Alan Cumming. He is like the leader of this like treacherous like challenge of
I love
life
seeing
and death.
when they're at the round table and they're all arguing, and you know that like he's circling to like have them end, like, you know what I mean, you know that he's gonna stop them from talking soon. That's very fun. I think he's so bought into the whole fantasy of it all, and they're all like, they all have to be dressed like very in theme, so it's fun to see like these people we know, like Candiace, like Lisa Rinna, like blah, 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 like all these people that we then like, we get them in this like Clue mystery kind of a thing, like them in Clue basically is what it is, and
Yeah,
that's for fun.
it's
Whereas
genius.
like for
It's so
millions
fun.
of years, Survivor has been like these people like starving to death on like, and they're like dirty and disgusting with like a buff. The buff is their tube top, and like they look like shit, and like, or in Big Brother, they're always like laying in those gross beds that you see, and it's like they're never like, they're always in like an unmade bed. I feel like every time I've ever seen like a screenshot of Big Brother, it's like two people laying in a gross bed. Like I'm like, get me out of here. They're all fantasy. We don't see them sleeping. You know, it's not like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like we're always in the fantasy as well. Like all the people that are coming out to bring them in the cages in the third episode are all wearing the gold masks. Like that's very fun. Like it's very scary. Like we see their genuine reactions to things, and they're nervous and scared by like the like set design that happens. Do you know what I mean? Like even when they were in the cars at the beginning, and like the fire was going off, and it was like very grand. And again, it was like like, okay, whatever. It was just like these fireboxes, but like they put on the airs of all of it. Yeah, it's not like that hard, but like it's the grandiosity of all of it that they're shooting all of it like, and it's like makes it feel you feel very like, it feels expensive. It feels like they really thought about it. It feels very like they didn't just throw them into this thing and it's whatever. You know what I mean? It feels very grand.
Yeah, no, whole crew here crushes it, truly.
Yeah.
So we start out with a new kind of game invention here, which is the secret traitor. So when they get there, they all have to go stand dramatically in front of a fire and look at a card, and the card will say faithful or traitor. And so someone in the mix is knighted as traitor,
like shown a traitor
at the
card.
top. Yeah, I would not want to be in this position. Like I would already be so nervous just getting there, and then having to have everyone watch my facial reaction to see what's behind that card. I carry so much on my face. I worry that I would have, even if it was just a faithful card, I worry my reaction would be shocked or something, and they would be like, oh, Tom's a traitor. What would you do?
I would just like our girl Donna. She was just like, got it. You know what I mean? Like, just like, you got to be just like, so like, I'm so unbothered. Like, I couldn't even tell. There was nothing there. I didn't have anything to see, so there was nothing there. And again, back to the like, they could have like all gone into one little teeny room, and like he could have been there and opened the thing and shown someone, and then that would have been it, and the rest of them would be like, that's it. But instead, they made it this huge thing where they all walked down these stairs, and then they all were standing in this like tiered like choir of people watching as they. It's almost as like when they used to be like get the roses in The Bachelor. That's like what it reminded me of.
It was so that
Dorinda, and then she like snake her way through the people to like go down and get her rose. Like they made it this big grandiose thing when it could have taken 5 minutes. They made it take actually a long time to like just lay on the mystery and the thing, which normally I'd be like, fast forward, like let's go to the game, but it like it was fun to have it to like experience that.
And also it's a fun thing. I mean, they all look gorgeous in their like first episode attire, and then we get to the first round table where Alan picks the remaining traitors, and he picks Lisa Rinna, Candiace Stillard-Bassett from Potomac, and Lisa Rinna from Everything. And Rob the snake charmer from Bama Rob, the snake charmer from Love Island. So those are our 3 traitors. What were your initial reactions to those traitor picks? Was that anyone in there who you wanted, or?
I feel that I was like in former seasons, like Phaedra, I knew what, like before the show even aired, I was like, Phaedra will be the first traitor that they pick. Like 100%, there's no way. And like, she will be and like, I should have felt that way at Lisa Rinna, but I really didn't have any thoughts going into it. And so when they picked her, I was like, of course they fucking pick Lisa Rinna. Like, so that was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Candiace is a traitor. She's doing incredible. I feel like she's really doing a good leading. I feel that we're with her a lot in it, and like we're seeing it through her eyes in a lot of the case, which I really enjoy because I enjoy having her be my narrator versus Lisa Rinna. Don't get me started. But then this Rob, sure, but like whatever.
See, I kind of like Rob. I think I always found him kind of weirdly funny on Love Island. I did watch his season of Love Island, and I'm finding him kind of fun here. I think he is a big threat, to be honest with you, because I don't think anyone really knows him. This cast is not people who watch Love Island, so like none of these people probably know him at all, and he's very unassuming, and he plays dumb really well, as a lot of fuckboys do.
He has all the cards stacked in his favor to do this. Yes, I think he's actually going to do really well. I just like was not I wasn't like yay to this person because I just simply didn't know who he was.
Yeah, same. I was a little hesitant when they did the picks about having 2 housewives. I thought that was like a little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Although I am happy Dorinda wasn't crowned a traitor, because that would have pissed me off, I think.
I was nervous that they were going to pick her as a traitor, but then I think it was like, no, because then again, when she goes in when she walks in her first breakfast and gets a standing ovation, was peeing my pants, dying, because it was just like so funny. To bring someone back, you really have to be strategic with how you place them. And I think they did well where she's just a faithful. She's not a traitor, but there's 2 housewives that are traitors. I think that.
No, I mean, I agree. Yeah, I think I would have liked to maybe throw in, one of my favorite Survivor players of all time is in this cast, and that is Natalie. She is killer at Survivor.
She lives like not even a mile from me. Like I see her like all the time.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah,
I didn't know she lived in the city.
She lives in like Weehawken or like Union City. Like she lives right up like north.
Oh,
are
you in Jersey?
Hoboken.
I thought you were in the city.
Yeah, no, I'm in Hoboken.
Oh, okay, got it.
She lives like right back. She like goes to a CrossFit gym. That's like P.S. body.
Crazy.
Like whoa, like goal arms. By the
she's
way.
always been like that.
She has my goal body. I'm like okay, not me wanting her arms. I'm like not me.
Let's move on to let's see, we were just talking about who we're really liking. Let's move on to this first mission. So the first mission, we have this like coffin challenge. What is your general, because people are kind of conflicted on the missions in general, because 1, what do they really mean? And 2, like some people just want to see the gameplay more than they want to see physical challenges. Where are you at with them? Do you enjoy the physical?
No, I don't want to just see like them in that house the whole time. I like that the missions.
I agree.
I think the missions give a grandiosity to it. And also like, I like that they have to earn the money. Like, I like that it's not just like at the end you get to like do whatever you want, because then it's just a bunch of people talking. Boring. And again, the game.
I know, I agree.
The game often is so like, pile on, or like there is, as much as people try to say there's like so much strategy, there is like a lot of non-strategy that happens in the game. Like it's not Survivor. This is not Survivor, like at all. It's not. You know what I mean? People can say that it is. It's not. It just isn't. And so like, I like seeing. First of all, I like seeing the challenges because I like that they're earning money or they're not. And then again, like in theory, I would like for them to then vote people out based on like performance sometimes. Like I think that'd be fun. Like remember wasn't it Kate Chastain in like the first season, like was throwing the challenge at one point and then they voted her out? Am I wrong? She was like throwing money away and stuff. Like I do like that. And then it being like,
me too.
And then like, it's also a good, like, especially in this 3rd episode where we have the cages, like Johnny Weir, like can't find 10 skulls. And like, in theory, I'm mad if I'm the like Korean singer Eric in the cage. Cause I'm like, I like that it can, in theory, facilitate drama. Like when they have to put the coffins and the graves and all that stuff, that to me is fun. Cause even look.
Yeah, I agree. There needs to be something to push story, not just the money. Like I liked that the coffins put people up for like murder. I thought that was like a clever kind of game shift on here. And I think it was really smart. This is once again Natalie. Natalie is great. Natalie very quickly said, we should just work with one of the boats that like we are seeing and like just put all the coffins on the other boat, because there's no real strategy there. Like it's just like out of convenience, and you're not coming for a specific group of people, which that's an issue in this show. Is like they'll go for the gamers, they'll go for the housewives. Like I thought that was a very smart game move on her part. But the coffins go out, and I don't remember all of them, but it does unfortunately result in Ian Terry, who is one of my favorite Big Brother players of all time, getting killed right at the top. What a bummer.
I feel like they always kill a gamer right away, normally.
I know. They're smart too, but it's just, and guys, if you are interested in watching Big Brother, I think I believe it's season 12 is his season. Essentially, it's him. So it's a group of players, and then they bring in 3 vets to be like the kind of like the coaches. And so the players are split up into 3 different pockets of 3 different teams, and each team has a head coach who is like an all-star player at Big Brother. And Ian kind of goes under the radar for most of his season as like a nerdy, like quiet player, and he like halfway through the season essentially like flips the game on its head and eliminates some of the coaches in a crazy killer blindside way, and then goes on to win the game. He is a killer gamer, and they were smart to get rid of him. But I mean, it's sad for me, because I would have liked to see some of his strategy.
They also like did a good job, because I feel that a lot of it was like, back in the day, it was like, let's get out all the people that aren't gamers, and that was like not fun for us to watch, because we want to watch Sheree run around and not know what she's doing. We want to watch MJ walk into a room in a weird shirt and then back up backwards and be the best meme of like 2024. Like we want that. We don't want it to just be Survivor 2.0 where you're not starving. Like to me, that's what I want. So it's like, I feel that you can tell in even the casting, like there's way less gamers. Last season, remember, they had like, here's these 3 like incredible gamers that are going to come in and like flip it all on their head. You know what I mean? Like, and that was like, I feel that the secret traitor is kind of what that's this season. And I do like that it's less about the game. Like it's less heavy on like here's these like incredible Survivor people, and more of just like, here's a bunch of reality people together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Totally. I agree. It doesn't feel like any like group of reality stars are being predetermined as like more advantages of the game than another. Like the gamer setup led the gamers. So many of those gamers last season all knew each other so well. So like it really did lead to them being able to eliminate some of the more fun people right there at the top. But after Ian gets eliminated, we obviously have this breakfast moment. We touched on it earlier, but Dorinda finally gets to wake up in the castle, a free woman. And I have so many mixed feelings about this, guys. Like, I have to be clear, like, I loved Dorinda so deeply on her initial stint on Housewives. The pause sometimes I think literally altered some brain chemistry for her. And like, I just think there's a desire to be like in the mix. But in this, it's a game though. Like, it's not like Housewives. It's not like you got cast on a new version of Housewives. It's like sometimes people are just going to eliminate you. And I felt like she took that last elimination so hard. I found it to be a bit ridiculous to come in. So like,
no, but it was, but,
alive.
But come on, it was funny. You laughed. Don't tell me you didn't laugh.
I laughed, but I'm just like, Dorinda, please, please, like you are better than this like woe is me persona you're putting on. like you are like a gangster. Like you could be playing this game, and I feel like something happened last season and like just her trajectory in reality TV where she's not bringing that like that Bronx brunch energy that she brought in.
How dare you? P.S. How dare you? How dare you?
And then that's the energy I want.
Yeah, sure. No. I think that I think she did bring that, and that's what they were like, get out of here. That's you actually are
She did
asking
bring a
for
little
what
bit
her
of-
to do what she did, and then it got her eliminated.
Well, then do
So-
it again and see what happens.
No,
I don't know.
think
I want that energy.
No, I think she's playing it right. I think she's playing it right, and I think she's doing like I'm
You're
doing
right.
like 1.0 housewife, not 7.0 housewife. You know what I mean? And so
You're
I think
right.
that's. And so I'm glad that she. I mean, I was dying whenever she went around to the front of the thing and they all stood up and started clapping for her. I was peeing my pants. Like, and again, that's just funny. Like, let it just be funny. Like, you know,
No, it is. You're right. Well, it is funny to me though because like most of those people are probably like.
yeah,
Like a lot of these people don't know the lore. I feel like their publicist
but I
called them and
feel-
was like, "We booked you on Traitors."
But once they do
You
it, I
think?
feel like they watch it. Like when when
Okay,
Dorinda
okay.
first was doing it, when Dolores told me she was doing it, like I was like, "You need to go watch every single episode of it right now, so you know what you're fucking doing." And Dolores, I remember Dolores calling me back and being like, "I'm scared. Like I don't want to jump out of a plane." And I was like, "Too late, bye." And then like we hung up the phone on her. You know what I mean? Like, and
Dolores has one of the craziest track records on this show. I think she voted wrong in most
Every
of
single
the
one,
things
yeah.
and won.
no, but that always made her look good. I mean, it got her to the end.
It did.
That's the
it
other
did.
thing. It's not Survivor where you're like, oh, I'm running
I know.
things and I'm doing this. Like, if you're running things, like they then get you out because it's like they're like, well, this person's now just doing too much. It's not like,
You're right.
know what I mean? Like the minute someone pulls like a
Yeah.
move, like you kind of have to be on the wave, but then not be like in the very front, being like, I don't know.
I think I'm thinking about this all wrong. You're really flipping it on my head here today. I'm like,
Because
you're right.
there's no like. Again, there's no jury at the end. You're not like going to impress your things. You're just all trying to not get like murdered. So it's like, yes, you're trying to do great, but then even if you do really great, that then puts suspicion on you because you're like, well, how did this person know? How did they know so much?
Right. Well, yeah, and yeah, I it's a hard game. I mean, it's just hard to like. I'm honestly talking about it. I'm like, Chris, how are we gonna play this game tomorrow?
Oh, I have my
do?
strategy. Don't you worry. I have my strategy that I won't be saying, but it's
Yeah, don't tell anyone.
yeah. But it's hard. No, but it is hard, and it's also like funny because then it's like all these people that don't do this normally, and so that to me is very.
I know.
It's very fun to watch.
That's what makes the show.
Yeah.
So kind of reverse a little bit. So Porsha throughout like the first episode and some of this episode keeps misspeaking in a way that's really not great. And she says right after this breakfast, she says that when we killed Ian, which like that was
No,
crazy.
she
for
said
her
when
to
I
say.
killed Ian.
Oh,
She
yeah, when
said
I killed Ian.
Ian.
So, oh yeah, Michael said later when we killed someone else or whatever. But yeah, she says when I killed Ian. She also, Candiace kind of flipped that like housewife moment on her a little bit, but she caught her. I mean, like Porsha didn't combat it at all to be like, no, girl, like this is what you said. Like she really ended up looking like the crazy one there. And then there was a third one where she said something. I can't remember what it was.
She was like, "There's 4 traitors." She's like, "There's 4 traitors," and they're like, "How do we know that there's 4 traitors?" You know what I mean?
Right, which I don't know where she came up with that. I mean, I guess like most seasons have 3, but like last season didn't have 4 until like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how we got to that number. I don't know if someone told her that, but yeah. So that led to a round table moment where, unfortunately, she gets kicked out. All led by kind of the most unassuming gaggle of faithfuls, or that we think are faithfuls at the time. Ron, Donna Kelce, and Michael RAPaport.
Well, and it's also funny because they all were going to vote for Donna, and then he like out in the random like Ron thought he was doing like a big play by coming in and Ron thought he was doing a big play by like coming in and like flipping it, but then again that turned again when you come in with a big swing, that turned everyone to him to be like, wait, why would he do that? Like, why wouldn't he just vote with the crew, or why wouldn't he tell more people that he felt this way? You know what I mean? And like get it going beforehand.
One big note I always have for anyone who like goes onto these shows is like every game plays differently, but in the end, if it's a voting out situation, it's always a numbers game, and you have to always remember that voting with the house is always the best way to play, unless you're later on and like later down on the road trying to swing big and make a weird game decision, because you once again want to lay low. So like playing a big move like that is only going to put the target on you, which I think Poor Ron. Ron kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
No, he did good, but then he did good, but again, he did a big thing, and now he has to like take the blowback of it. And so he was like, everyone's nervous about me, everyone's looking at me. And I was like, yeah, because you did something really crazy. Like you did something wild, you know what I mean? And then you were wrong. And P.S., you were wrong. And so
yeah. Now, Porsha has done some interviews now since the premiere happened. One with H. Alan Scott, and they were talking, and she essentially was like, being in the house with Michael was terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure. It looks like it from what we're seeing, and we're seeing the edited down version of it.
Can you imagine? Like, we are annoyed at 3 hours of television with him. They spent days around that man. I cannot imagine.
Here's the thing that's like, Let me, how do I even say this? He is, other than Donna Kelce, is like the absolute least qualified person to be doing this show, right?
Yeah.
Like every single one of the housewives is more qualified to do it. And so for him to come in and be the loudest voice of anyone there is like hilarious to me, because it's like, you should be falling back and like seeing what other people are doing. But it's like that he doesn't have anything else other than him just being this like loud, boisterous person.
Right.
And so it's like that's it. And he just like is also just like an old white man that's used to like him speaking and everyone listening. And for the first time ever, he's like confronted by people being like, I don't actually care what you have to say.
Right. And he talks, he says his favorite, he's like, you either grew up playing basketball, you grew up doing this, or you grew up shit talking, and I'm a shit talker. And it's like, okay, I'm down for shit talkers, but guess what?
Every day of my life.
Right. But if you're a shit talker, you also have to understand that when people shit talk back, like there's a
give and take.
There, like
yeah, no, you're like
take.
you're like doing a little dance. It's not like
right.
Yeah,
that's what's so fun about some of these housewives when they like meet that are really like Phaedra is an incredible shit talker, and she was so good like spouting off with some of those gamers like on her season of Traitors, because they were doing the back and forth. But like here, anytime someone tries to combat his shit talking, it's like, it's almost like no one's ever tried to do that to him ever.
No,
in
like
his
ever.
life.
And it's like,
exactly. He's truly shocked by Jam just saying anything to him.
Who like went all the way? Did Jam win Survivor, or did he just go?
He won.
Yeah, like it's like you're going up against someone who like actually legitimately manipulated people into voting for him to win $1 million. Like that, and like it's so funny because he's so hung up for like 2 episodes. He's hung up on like Jam putting the coin in the slot to like get the shield, and it's like, Colton, fucking loser ass, whatever the fuck he is, the Bachelor. He's such a fucking loser, by the way. That's
loser.
Spray tan. That spray tan should be, criminal indictments should be happening because of his spray tan and his outfits. By the way, he did that literally 3 minutes beforehand. 3 minutes before Jam got a shield, Colton did the exact same thing. He didn't say one thing about that.
Yeah, it's really weird, and also like, Michael, I'm sorry. It's not our problem that you didn't listen to the rules of the game.
No, at
like
all.
that whole challenge. The problem was that he didn't listen.
No.
To the fact that like, if you collected a shield token, you could take the place of the person on the throne, and whoever ended up on the throne at the end of the challenge has the shield.
No, but this is the thing.
He didn't realize until the end that like he should, if he really wanted that shield, he should have
looked for it.
Well, you weren't looking for a shield, bro.
Also, guess what? I could tell you right now, and again, this is just my opinion and blah, blah, but as a television producer, whenever that happened, when they'll introduce the thing, and then guess what's going to probably happen? I don't know this for a fact on this show, but in my opinion, this is how I would do it. Alan introduces the challenge and explains it, and then then it's like, okay, that's a cut. That's a hard cut. I would then come in with a humongous long written out thing of rules where I then read all of the actual rules of what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. And I would be like, you may decide who is blah, blah, blah. This is if you find a shield token, you are not responsible to give it to anyone else. You can decide to give it to anyone else if you want to. You can, if someone has a shield token, it can't be stolen from their hand. They receive it. It's theirs to give someone else. Like if you have a shield token, like you can put it in the thing, then you get to blah, blah. Like there's like an entire contract of rules of like how the game goes and like how this challenge will play out. and like they all have to probably sign the rules and say, and like it's probably video recorded on a cell phone of me reading it to everyone and them being able to ask questions, them being able to like do all this stuff. They have to raise their hand and say, I agree, I understand, I accept the rules of this. Like every single show that I do that's a competition show, we do this. And so there's always one person that doesn't fucking listen and walk and has ADHD, and I understand and everything, but like is walking around and looking at the ground and like looking up in the sky, and I'm like, hi, are you listening to what I'm saying to you right now? This is very important. And they're like, I got it. And then they don't ask any questions and they don't blah, blah, blah. And they literally don't pay any attention to me. And then we get into the challenge and then they have 75,000 fucking questions. And I'm like, we just went through every single, like that question was actually asked and I answered it by one of the other people in this challenge. And now you're asking me again because you weren't fucking paying attention. I could bet my life savings that he was that person.
Now I have a question about that. Like if we're rolling and mics are hot and everything's going and they have a question, are you guys allowed to like engage, or is it like, no, like you gotta go? Like
no,
how much can they like engage with you guys while it's a hot set?
It depends, but like in theory, there's always someone there that's like able to say what's good and what's not. It's not just like,
yeah.
Like I can't speak for their show because I've never worked on it, but like anything I've ever done, like they can ask me a question and then we come in and clarify it. And like, it's not just like, we can't answer the questions for you. Like there's people behind the cameras that are there specifically to make sure that the game is running correctly. And that people aren't stealing remember in what the fuck, Deal or No Deal Island? Remember whenever, and like Rob like looked at the other person's thing and they were like, you can't do that. Like, and they were like, that's against the rules, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like that was specifically told to them. And someone like me would have flagged. He just looked at the other person's thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it totally does. Yeah, the game show, like behind the scenes is there's there's money on the table. So like legally you guys have to do this. Anytime
there's money on the table, I can't speak for it in Scotland because I actually don't know what the rules are there. But if it's in America, if there's money being given away, like there's a whole thing, like they sign a whole thing of rules before they even get sent to Scotland. It's like, here are the like series rules of everything that can happen to you and how things play out and what the voting is and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then every challenge, there's a specific set of challenge rules that you then have to sign. Yeah. Again, because this is filmed in another country, it could, and by, I think, not an American company, there could be different rules, but in America, that's how it works.
Yeah, my fun fact, I think most people listening to this, but my partner Brian won a Food Network show, so he knows all
really?
About. Yeah,
he
won Holiday Wars in 2022 or
Wait,
3?
really? How did I never know this?
I don't know. So he's a self-taught baker during COVID, and Food Network reached out and was like,
that's that.
Please,
are you
be
kidding?
On a show?
That's like catnip. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, sure," and then he went on and won the show.
That's amazing.
So, guys, watch season 3, I think, of Holiday Wars. I think it's 3.
Yeah.
I just spoiled it for you, but yeah,
thank you.
Their big thing, not drama, but like on the show, they always said you were winning a trip to Iceland, like I think as a bit to be like, because it's a snowy, cold place. Or something.
That's funny.
But that was not the prize at all. The prize was just cash, but they never vocalized that it was just cash.
But how much it was?
Like they signed and they knew how much they would
but
win.
they never said it on the show.
But they were always like, "Why are people talking about Iceland?" Like every time the cameras
that's
are
so
on.
weird.
So
that is so strange. Yeah,
so bizarre. So yeah, that's a little BTS there. So yeah, we so much.
Sorry, I like went crazy, but I just went.
No, I find this stuff is so interesting to me. Like all BTS of production and especially on shows like this are so fascinating because it takes such a team to make this happen. Oh, so Michael is in this challenge is just totally insufferable, and we're reaching a point now at the end of episode 2 where you're really seeing him get on everyone's last nerves.
And they're laugh when he talks, they laugh in his face. Like I would literally put a gun in my mouth if like someone. Do you know what I mean? If I watched this show and I saw that everyone was laughing at me when I spoke, I would be like, if tomorrow we get on that Zoom and I start speaking and people start laughing, I'm gonna be like, are you guys fucking serious? Do you know what I mean? Like that's really bad. Like, you know, like I don't think that's gonna happen, but like that's really bad.
Yeah, no, he should be mortified. So I don't know. I can't remember the sequence of events, but Rob C gets killed in the middle of the night. That's something we haven't hit on. And that was a good move on the Traitors' part. Rob has literally, I think, the premier reality competition podcast. Rob has a podcast. He was on Survivor. He dissects gameplay really carefully. I almost think I think he almost should never have gone on the show unless he went on as a traitor, because he was going to get kicked out like this regardless.
Well, and funny enough, like when he says to Candiace, I think they're going to do the murder in plain sight, he was 100% right. And
right. We need to talk about that. That happened before that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, whenever they do the murder in plain sight, which like they did it the second time, like they did it the exact same round that they did like the last 2 seasons, I feel like. Am I wrong about that?
Like, you mean like in the same timing within the show?
Because I remember the one with
it's pretty early.
The one with Parvati, like it was the second one that they had to do it. I remember that. And I'm like, why would they do this again?
I like the in plain sight thing, but okay, so a couple things about it. So I think as I was watching it, and so the big moment here, you guys, is Candiace starts this conga line to get everyone out of the room where they have to like get shit done. So, and it does work. And it seemed a little obvious and corny at the time, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure they have to sit there and do their like castle talk for like 5 hours. And so they are feeling utterly mad by just sitting there, and anything to get the energy up and to do something. I'm sure in the moment it didn't come across as bizarre as it does just as a viewer. As a viewer, I would have been like, are y'all about to murder someone? Yeah. But it works. And so Candiace does this conga line, and then Rob is able to get the cards. So the secret traitor had to pick 3 people to go home, 3 people to be murdered.
4.
One was, 4, sorry. Yeah. One was Rob, and then I'm not remembering the others. Monet was one, I think.
Kristen Kish and someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they make the decision to get Rob out. Now, one interesting moment here that I'm curious if it's going to come up is, and 2 people we haven't talked about, we have to spend some time with, is our skaters, Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski.
I can't goodbye to both of them. Go ahead.
Well, so two things. Well, first, Tara Lipinski is sitting next to Rinna and Rob while they're trying to figure out what move they're going to do at that chessboard.
Which I think if they smart. That was very smart for them to be like, this one's this person, this one, this person, this one, this person, and then they were able to have the conversation in plain sight, LOL, and like decide upon it based on the chess. I found that very smart.
No, me too. But I think the show included that scene of Tara like sitting there next to them because I think she did hear something, and I think she's gonna bring it up maybe in the next couple episodes. Yeah. But my other thing is that I find it so insane. Like, I know people that know nothing about reality TV, that know nothing about pop culture, that know that Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski are like the same, that they go together always, right? Yeah. It is so crazy to me that they're entering this house being like, the game we're going to play is that we don't really know each other. And it's like, okay, guys.
Everyone, you're like, every time we watch the Winter Olympics, you two are one of you more assholey than the next dressed, being like, how can we out like quaff each other hair? Yes. How can we out Black Swan each other in the coverage of the figure skating thing on the like? No, it's hilarious to me. Johnny Weir, I have many sticking points with simply because I always find him looking like he's like half ready. Like I always find that his looks are always like my hair's halfway done and it's also halfway grown out. And so like he has, am I wrong? I'm not trying to be.
Have you done him on Fixing Famous People? You need to.
I don't think does he need it?
Yeah. You're like, is he famous?
No, he is. P.S. One of the meanest things my grandmother has ever said to me ever in my life is that she was like, I was watching this figure skater, like my grandmother, may her soul rest. She was like, I was watching this figure skater, and after he got interviewed, like after he performed, he got interviewed, and like he reminded me so much of you, and it was Johnny Weir.
So she called you a fat?
No, like literally to my face, slammed me within an inch of my down to the studs is what she brought me to. Like
she's
like, you remind me so much of you. I was like, okay. And she was saying it like nicely, like she was not being mean,
No, I know,
like at
I
all.
know.
And but it was one of the meanest things I've ever been told in my life.
She saw like dark-haired gay guy,
and
this white gay guy.
And but I always feel like he's like half done. His outfits are half like styled.
The look is always missing something. There's always a detail. It's like there's so many things going on, but somehow we're still missing something.
Yes, and yet it's unfinished. Unfinished is a word that I always feel about him, and it's and that's just again. That's not. I'm not trying to be like. That's how every time I see him on a show, that's what I'm seeing in front of me.
Yeah. Well, you know who we haven't talked about yet that I'm loving, and I have never watched. Well, that's not true. I've watched a little bit, but I'm not super familiar with Love Island UK. But Maura Higgins, one is absolutely stunning,
yeah,
like
she's gorgeous.
breathtakingly
She's
gorgeous. And I only know her through the After Suns on Love Island USA here and there. I've never seen her though really be like in the mix, like in a show. And she's more like ballsy than I thought she would be. Like she's like I think she's going to get into some really great roundtables here coming up.
They're using a lot of her interviews. Like she does a lot of good, like versus our like Stephen Coletti's or like our, there's people that are definitely falling into the background. They're really using a lot of her interviews. So I'm wondering if she's going to have a big thing happen. Like even our like Monet exchange, like Monet's not popping through as much versus like her. But no. I love her when she's like, I think I'm gonna go do this thing, and I just like me and Hassan will just sit there and go, I think, and we just like we just like do an impression of her, and we like die laughing at it.
No, she's great. So yeah, the next day, so episode 3, so we wake up, Rob has been killed, and then we go directly into a round table where they get the votes to get Miss Donna Kelce out of the house. Go ahead.
Okay, I've just put I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I think that they did the murder in plain sight because they almost got Donna out, and it was going to be like a traitor was immediately out, and so I think they wanted them to be able. But then they said you're going to do a round table right now. So I wonder if they did that so that they'd be like, then they're all going to vote Donna, and then we can have the shock of even the traitors being shocked that Donna, which is borderline a little manipulative in the sense of like getting someone out because they want there's a rules part of it that to me that is very like, oh, that's interesting. That's a little putting your thumb on the scale for me. But like I wonder if because they wanted all of us to be shocked that she was a traitor, right?
It also. The kismet of it being like the last episode of the premiere, and like that was like a big button to end the premiere. Is a little. You're right.
Because I was like, because going into the third episode, I was like, I wonder if they're not going to show like we're gonna like go to the challenge, something big drama is or they're gonna try to make something look like it's big drama, and then the cliffhanger is that they go into the turret, and then the red cloak comes out, and then they go to open their thing up, and we don't know who it is. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought was going to be the cliffhanger, because I was like, there's no way they're going to reveal this to us in this episode. They're going to wait to do it, but then it's in reality, it's that we're all shocked, including the traitors, that she's a traitor.
Yeah. I do like the secret traitor twist, but I think it would be the worst role to have in the house.
Yes.
Because you don't really have control over anything.
And you don't, and it's also like
you can pick the people that get murdered, but you don't choose the person that gets murdered. You pick the group, but then you also don't get to know. Like making that list has to be so hard because what if all the people on the list are
the traitors?
Or what if you're picking every traitor's best friend and you didn't realize it? Like there's things
that's fun then for me to watch, because then it's like they have to decide which of their friends is going to get killed. Well, and that's why they always pick 4, because then it's like even if it's all 3 traitors, it's then a 4th person that's obviously going to get murdered.
Right. Yeah, that's true, I guess.
But no, I liked it. But again, I wanted that to continue longer, or at least them trying to sniff. How can they sniff out who the secret traitor is? But then it's like they knew that she was going to get voted out, so I think they did that immediate thing just to get her out and be like, okay, now the secret traitor's over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. And her, her like delivery of it. I felt like that was like the 5th take.
I loved it when she goes, "I'm going to go," but
she was like.
It was so good. I liked it, and I liked then seeing her like being told it and her being like, yeah, because I felt bad for her because they were all like, you're not talking to anyone, but it's because she was like shitting her pants because she was like, I have no idea who's a traitor and who's a faithful. What's happening? Like it's like a very isolating position to be in the thing, and so it then it all made sense after they voted her out.
They had to really know it was her, because Michael RAPaport literally sat there and said, "We killed Rob," or "We killed Ian," or something like that. It was crazy how boldly he just said that and had no sort of recollection of it or remorse for it. The balls he has.
I also like that, like, once they got in the turret, the three of them, like in the third episode, then they're like, okay, now we can finally speak. And they're like, Rob's scene, like, we went so far back that they were like, here's what I haven't been able to tell to either of you guys.
Happened.
Like, you know what I mean? It was so much. It was fun to be like, oh yeah, they like can never speak until they're there, which I think is fun. I'm excited for someone to be like, someone get poached to be a traitor and then be like, no, we didn't even know that Mama Kelce was a traitor. She was the secret traitor that got the box. Like, I can't wait to have someone hear that and know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. That no one knows that she was the secret.
No, they
traitor.
just think she's a traitor. Like, they have no idea.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that
because they don't. Because they really, no one knows how many traitors are other than the traitors. They really don't know how many there are.
Yeah. Have you watched like Australia or UK?
I haven't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Should I?
UK. Yeah, I mean, if you like the game, I mean,
I
season
do.
1 of Australia is really fun, and there's an insane. The gameplay that unfolds is really wild, and then UK seasons 1 and 2 are great. I have not seen the celebrity one, which I love Alan Carr, so I need to watch it.
I just like love our girls being there. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't really need to see another like Survivor. Like, I just don't like it. So it's like, I might do it, but like, I love that we're seeing like Dorinda coming back and getting a standing ovation at the breakfast table. Like, that's funny to me.
Totally agree.
Like seeing Sheree having those like maggots thrown on her face. Like, that was fun. You know what I mean? Like, when like Rob
she got picked up in that net.
Yeah, when she got picked up in that, and she was like, it's stuck. She was like, like a bear trap happened to her. Yeah, like, and like, or like when Sierra was when Sierra had to hold Rob's hand, and they got like the worms were put on her hand.
The romantic moment.
The like scary spiders were put on her, and she was crying, and he was like telling her to talk about like her life. Like, that to me is funny because it's like, I already know. Like, I don't need a rant. Like, I don't know. I've just seen so many seasons of Survivor that like we've done it. You know? Does that make sense?
The thing about UK, yes, it does. But the thing about UK that's good is that the cast is full regos. They're not like influencers. They're full like, I work at the local like
factory.
pie shop.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that is in. I'm in. Okay.
There's a woman. I am gonna spoil something. It happens in like the first or second episode. I can't remember if it's season 1 or 2, but they eliminate a woman who's missing an arm, and her whole storyline, that whole episode, she was like, she's like,
it's terrible.
The reason I'm here, the reason I want to win is so I can get an arm.
No.
And these youth,
and they're like, get your ass out.
These Brits are like, there's something off about her. Let's get her out.
Oh my God.
They vote her out immediately.
That's terrible. It is absolutely terrible.
It's terrible, but it's also so funny because it's just like, there's no sort of qualms about making big moves affecting people's social media following.
Yeah, sure.
Like, they're just UK people. There's not that UK isn't that big, and there's so many reality shows that I feel like everyone knows like a teacher or like a next door neighbor who went on like some show. So they're just very chill about it, and it brings her kind of a fun gameplay. So
okay,
that is my pitch for it.
I like that.
But episode 3 does end on this challenge. So we go into pairs. And they all have, one person is locked in a cage, and so we get the incredible meme already of Lisa Rinna locked in a cage.
With those fucking asshole sunglasses on. Okay, I'm sorry. Watching her.
Let's talk Rinna. Let's talk Rinna because we haven't talked about her at all.
Watching her consume food was triggering to me. And are we wrong? Her lips have gotten to a level that even by her standards, we've gone too far. Am I scientifically?
But do you think something's been added, or she just keeps taking away because of the GLP-1?
I think there's things mixing that should never haven't mixed in a lab before, and that we're seeing it all over her face.
No, they definitely feel bigger, and I don't know if it's because we've spent time away from her face and now we're back, but it's definitely a look.
Wait, how about when they were getting out of the cars and they finally realized who all was there, and her and Dorinda come nose to nose with each other, and they were like, oh, and you see both of them like have like the most visceral reaction of all time, and they're like, oh my God, you're also here.
And doing this, I'm wearing your lip liner.
Yeah. Rinna is good. I mean, like, again, like, why did I not think immediately they were like, it was just too obvious that Rinna would be a traitor. And that's what's crazy is like, has not one of these people watched Housewives and been like, this woman is the biggest villain that we've ever seen in our lives. Like, we need to, like, this woman has said that someone was near death, like, because of their alcoholism. Like, we need to vote her out immediately. There's no way she's not a traitor. Like, how has someone not said that?
Speaking of, put Kim Richards on Traitors.
Tomorrow.
I don't know. I
don't know
why we haven't done that, but no, I the only people on this cast to me that pop as people who watch Housewives are
the Housewives,
Johnny and Tara. No, Johnny and Tara, like they're the only ones that give Bravo to me.
True.
I don't think I know for a fact that Monet doesn't watch Bravo because she said she's only watched Atlanta. I think like she didn't know who Candiace was.
Got it.
But like probably and maybe Jam Jam maybe.
Yeah, I love Jam. Love watching Jam Jam. I love watching Jam Jam. He's so good. I love him fighting with Michael. I love him like his interviews are hilarious. Like I'm down. I love it. Yeah. Lisa Rinna. It's I mean, I know everyone's like bring her back to Beverly Hills. I personally don't.
No, please no.
I'm not interested. I love her here. Like that's fun, but like it is hard to see her at the breakfast table just physically.
And you know, we also haven't seen her eat maybe ever, to be quite honest with you. She certainly wasn't eating on Beverly Hills.
She sure wasn't.
No, but this challenge, so it's this half of people go in cages, half people find skulls. And
when she wait, sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm interrupting again.
No, you're fine.
When her and Dorinda are holding hands and she literally won't take off those fucking asshole sunglasses that she has on, I'm like, no, like we got it, like we get it, like now be a person, and she wouldn't do it, and I was like, I'm done with her.
Well, heading into this challenge, even Dorinda looks at Rinna at some point and is like, please keep me safe. I'm like, Dorinda, you got her out. Actually, it ended up that you couldn't put these skulls together on this little pedestal and got her out. Dorinda is so scared of not getting to be on another episode of the Traitors season 4, and
I love it.
I'm scared too. For it. We can't get rid of all the fun people right away. But the big the big moment here though is just that our poor ice skater can't seem to piece together some skulls. What happened there?
Well, I think that he, like, everyone ran and grabbed all of them, and he was the slowest, and so now that's like the hardest ones to find are the only ones that are left. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what happened. It didn't help.
Do you think it was a case of didn't listen to the rules?
It didn't help. It didn't help that he was in like really ugly Versace pants that he didn't want to get dirty. That also hindered him, I'm sure. Because it would hinder me.
Like it, though. I have to be honest.
It would hinder me.
It makes me laugh. Yeah, it would. Me too. Yeah.
I'd be like, what am I doing? Because they're like in a bog. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like. Because again, why are you wearing that whenever everyone else is dressed in like just those all black like zip up little like Mission Impossible outfits, you know, like you can't be bringing the flair to you know.
In general, like with labels, I just am not. I don't. If you're wearing too many at once or every day with something, to me, it's like you're covering for something.
Well, and also like
you're overcompensating.
Also, look at the piece of clothing. Is it hideous? Yes. Like you know what I mean. In this case, yes. Like
right,
don't
the label
buy
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
if it's
like
ugly.
This gold, like the gold pants that we've seen 9 billion times. Also, by the way, that are probably don't even look real. And then like that's not
probably not.
I mean, like they look so cheap. Like, but that was I think what was the problem. And then it was just so funny, like Colton, who I want out, 17 seconds from now, I want him out of the show.
No,
He's
I
like,
understand.
My hands are shaking so badly. I'm like, weren't you a football player? Weren't you like a linebacker or something? What was he? I'm like,
yeah. So a little lore on Colton, just for people that don't know Batch Nation. So Colton was the Bachelor. He was the Bachelor when he was straight. He played. I think he played college football was where like he peaked. Then went on The Bachelor, and I can't remember if it was the person who ended up winning or how it unfolded. But one of the women on the show, he got in some sort of legal trouble because he was putting trackers on her cars, trying to like locate
to like
her.
find her. Yes, and like
yeah,
stalk
which was
her basically.
Beyond insane. And so then he had like a mental kind of moment, MNTB, and then on the other side of it was like, I'm gay. And so and sure, welcome to the community, Colton. But then he very immediately just became this like thoughty, like gay influencer.
Like, guess who my best friend is now? Gus Kenworthy. Like, we're together on the beach every day and like all that kind of stuff, which is I find quite annoying. And he, like covered up all the thing of like him being a stalker by being like, but I'm a homosexual now, so all of it is fine. And he got like a coming out show on Netflix that was supposed to, that like everyone was like
make
like
me gay.
falling all over themselves to be like, oh my God, like it's like so brave that you came out of the closet and like, and you're white, gorgeous, and tall, and like used to like be a sports star, so you have everything going for you. Which also is a critique that I have of Heated Rivalry. We won't go there. You have everything going for you, and like, you know what I mean. You have every privilege that you could ever have in your life, including money and fame and power. And like, but it is so hard for you to come out of the closet to your parents, isn't it? And so that. And then like Gus Kenworthy came to be like, here's how you're gay, but also like not a faggot. Like, it's this way, you know what I mean? Still be like, to have toxic masculinity in every way that you possibly can, but now you can get a spray tan. And I fucking can't stand him, and I hope he gets voted out tomorrow, and I don't care if he hears this.
And there's something that he will never hear this. There's something that
he doesn't know how to listen to anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's something he said at some point, I think it was episode 1 or 2, where he was like, it's just me, a gay. Like, he said something in this voice that I was like,
and it's like, no,
you don't talk like that. I know you don't. You're just trying to be gay.
And you're not just a gay. Like, we're just gays. Like, me and you, that's us. He's like, famous, was The Bachelor, played sports. Did he play professionally, or was it just college?
No, I think it was just college. No. I mean, I can look it up, but I'm pretty sure, because he was very young when he entered Bachelor Universe. I don't think that he, let's see, Colton Underwood.
And then like got famous for being like coming out.
Oh, I'm wrong actually. Yeah, he played for a very short stint in the NFL for the San Diego Chargers, the Eagles, and the Raiders.
Okay, it's not that short. For 3 teams.
It was like a year and a half he bopped around those teams. Yeah. No, I mean, he was pro.
So, like, there you go. Enough with the crocodile tears. I'm done.
And now he goes to the Eagle.
Yeah. And it's like, it's just.
Actually, I bet you he doesn't go to the Eagle. I bet he goes to, like, boxers.
He goes, slam. You mean the public restroom, as I like to call it?
Chris, no.
Which is because
who loves boxers is Donnie.
I also like it. I'm not here to like say like, listen, the happy hour where you get the cards like is great. But there'd be times when we'd be like in Hell's Kitchen, and I'd be like, I have to pee, and we would literally, because there's like never a line at Boxers, we would go in, there'd be no one there, we would go to the bathroom and then leave, and we called it the public restroom.
It's
anyway. No, but he would go to Boxers and be like, I should like come bartend like and take my shirt off, and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, what's
Yeah.
So that ends those 3 episodes. A couple quick kind of little question segments for you before I let you go, Chris. Okay. What do you think, like, of these moments? Has any meme pop out to you this week from like internet culture since this episode came out? The one that comes to my mind also personally is the one of Donna Kelce sitting in that chair.
That's me too. That was what I was going to say. That with her, and her sitting there being like, with her hands like out, like, I don't know. Like, that's so good. That's funny.
I'll put it in the episode.
Yeah. And again, it was fun to like have her be like, I was like, oh no, they like really, I was like, oh, the Swifties are going to like get all these people's social security numbers, by the way. I was like, they're done for. And then meanwhile, she was a traitor. So it was funny that like at the end of the day, they were right that she was a traitor.
You know what, though, now that I'm thinking about it, that actually is the only
way for her to leave.
For Swifties is if she was a traitor, so it was okay for her to leave.
Yes. Yeah, correct.
Who do you think had like the most traitor move of the week?
Let me think.
Most treacherous. It doesn't have to be a traitor themselves.
Like most treacherous move, like in a good way or a bad way? Like what's the...
Let's go bad. Like who swung big this week in a move that could or could not kind of make implications on their trajectory. I
think that. I think Lisa Rinna being in the cage was bad because I think because someone said like, well, a lot of people could volunteer to go in the cage because they know they won't get murdered. And so I feel like everyone that's in the cage is up. The antenna's up.
That's a good point. Yeah, because I think we ran into something like an issue like this on last season, like where it was a Survivor player who was in a cage.
No, Sierra was in the coffin.
Oh, yes.
And they were like, well, you were like in the coffin, so we think because you went in the coffin you were a traitor. And it's like, well, no, I got picked to go in the coffin. Like it was something where it was like you like weren't upset enough that you were in the coffin, and it was like, what?
Yeah. That's smart. I didn't think about that. I do think that unfortunately Ron isn't. I think he's played too big.
Right out the
to
gate.
To get Porsha out. I just don't think that was the right move so early. I think he should have sat on that information a little bit longer, and like a day or so.
And outside of the gameplay of all of it, all of these people that are reality stars are like, no, we need to make the show funny also and like good, like watchable. Like outside of all of the like I'm the gameplay, they're like, but we also need to be funny. And like them losing Porsha immediately is like for all the people that know who Porsha is, that they're all like, fuck, we really have to now like step our fucking shit up because we don't have Porsha like just like being a comedic genius every episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. It does actually, though, give the show credit in the fact that like it's not producers' hands are not involved in who's going when, because it is such a miss to have her not in this show.
100%.
2 episodes. If the producers were kind of
like pulling all the strings,
story, they would not have let that happen. So I do think that is a good credit on the show.
Again, once it's competition, you like there are so many rules and so many like lines that you can't cross that are it's because like legally it is a legal thing. It really is.
Yeah. And then last thing, who right now could you see? One person or obviously multiple, because if it's a faithful, they would need to be multiple. Take the money.
I think Candiace is doing a really good job. I won't lie. She's involved in things like even what she's like leading some discussions that make it feel like, oh, she's not, because like Phaedra back in the day, like we all loved Phaedra, but like they all, once it was time to like be like, is Phaedra a traitor? They're like, you've never one time ever accused one person of being a traitor once. And she was like stuck on stupid and had no defense for it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so like that to me, like Candiace has been like leading some discussions. She's like inserting herself, but not being crazy. I think she's doing her like, I could see her going to the end with some faithfuls and then it being revealed that she's a traitor.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, I think I agree.
I think Lisa Rinna is going to get something's going to happen with Lisa Rinna and she's going down. Like there's something about it. And it's like, I almost see Candiace and Rob staying through most of the game. I wouldn't be.
I agree with you. I think Rinna's going to show her. I think they think Candiace is showing her cards too much, but in reality, Candiace is actually just being herself. I think she's just very much bringing herself to the table. Yeah. I think this is how she probably would have acted even if she was a faithful too. You know? So
I agree.
And you're right. She's not bringing up names. I agree with that. I also, from the faithful side, I think there's a group that could go far. If I think Monet can go far if she continues to lay low, and if I think her and Natalie could go very far together.
Yeah, I agree,
because they're both kind of in the mix of faithfuls that just feel so faithful, but also feel so not. They don't feel like they need to be murdered just yet.
I don't want another like. Here's 6 of them, and you know what I mean. Like it's like I don't want it to be like
I don't like
Stephen Coletti, Monet, Natalie, and then like 3 other Klinger honors that just like didn't get voted out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Lord Ivor won this show last year.
Like,
it's just
which
to
is
clarify
crazy.
That.
Which like as much as it was fun, like as much I loved it, like the season with MJ when she gets voted out at the end, where they were like, well, no, let's just vote her out because then we'll like get more money. That was fun, and then whenever she finally realized that they voted her out, like that was fun, and like. I wanted more of that last season, but
yeah, I agree. Well, guys, we're off to a great start. I mean, this is a great first 3 episodes. I believe I saw they're dropping 2 episodes next week, so episode 4 and 5.
That's fine.
So we will be back recapping that next week with Kendrick and Raven. So check that out. And Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. We need to have you back on Fixing Famous People, and I can't wait to play this exact game with you tomorrow night.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I feel like we need to have like a recap podcast on
of our Traitors. I think wait, can we do that? I'll come back. Should we do that?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. I would love to do that and talk shit about everyone else. Yes.
I need to put a look together. I haven't picked my look. But guys, that is a promo. So this episode will come out either this evening or tomorrow morning. So you should be listening to this prior to the game. Go to the I Am the Cute One Patreon and subscribe on any level, and you can watch us play Traitors. And if you miss it tomorrow night, it will also be available to stream on their Patreon. So go check that out. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And then say bye to the listeners. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.